a lot of times, in the earlier parts, when I was with my wife, what would happen was that you would smell this stuff that smelled like lithium, this gas, and we had cats. The cats would disappear. They would completely disappear out of the house. You couldn't find a cat anywhere. And then you would like go into an altered state. Automatically, you would go into an altered state. And that's when they would come and they would take you. There's been a couple of times I woke up in the middle of the night and I seen them. Let's see. This one time she was sleeping, I was sleeping. I woke up and there was this being sitting on her. And I'm looking at this being and I consciously want to hit it. And I'm taking my arm, but then I realized off my peripheral vision, there's this being dressed like in a robe. He's blue-colored. And as I'm moving my hand, I get hit with something. It's like falling down a deep hole. But I was still conscious enough. I could still feel my body. I was still going to try to hit this thing and knock it off my wife. And then I heard this being saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I got hit again, and I just went deeper. And I came out of it. This was 80, I could say 80-something. Jesus, dude.
So have you, what kind of messages have you received from them, though? I mean, have you received any message that you can attribute to that council definitively?
We are advancing, and we are going to such a place that they can't mess with us anymore. An example would be before I went to Montana, I was taking on a gray craft, and I could actually see the craft. I could say in front of you, if you look right in front of you, there were these two beings, I would say about 6-7 feet tall. They kind of look like the grays. They still got the big heads, the slender bodies. But in between them, there was this tripod with this crystal ball, and they had their hands on the ball. They were completely silent. They don't crack jokes. They don't talk to you. And I look to my right, and there's this female that's coming from my right, and she's shape-shifting. She's shape-shifting into all the women that I ever was in love with, even in your mind. She's shape-shifting. And then telepathically she said, we aren't going to do this to you anymore. We're going to show you what we've been doing with you all of these years. And then she retained her normal form, but she was dark-skinned, dark hair. She still had the big eyes as the grays. She was still short. And the next thing I know, I don't know if I walked, if I floated, but we moved through this ship. And then she took me into this room, and I was in this room, and there were two little girls. One was about maybe a year, 2 years old, laying on her side, pink dress, white socks, black shoes. She rolled over, she looked at me, she was sucking her thumb, but she had my facial features, my bone structure, but she still had a lot of their characteristics. And standing next to her was another girl, I'll say about 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. Different dress, but looking identical. And my bone structure, but most of their features. She said, "This is what we've been doing with you all of these years. We won't be doing this to you anymore." So I began to understand that the Greys had been coming here, taking our genetics and taking it back to their world to improve their species. And then there are other beings here who are, some of them are just watchers. They're just here observing. Some of them are here, it's like I remember, I have memories of the reptilians. Some of those guys are really nasty. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to deal with them. Not at all. There are some here that are living inside the earth. Some of them look like Native Americans, and some of them look like black people, but they have straight hair. They don't have curly hair. They have straight hair, but they're really dark-skinned. They have their own agendas. Some of them are here. They're also breeding with us to elevate their species. And there are some here, just like I went down into the earth, and you know, like the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah.
Okay, there are beings down there. Those are doors. And they have actually saved some of those people that have crashed. And it's not like here. They don't keep them with guards and all that other kind of stuff. There's people down there that have completely lost it. And they're completely loved and allowed to be. They are on their own journey. And their journey is, eventually they're going to be leaving here. And the earth is going to be turned over to us.
Are you talking about the people in the inner earth, or?
Yeah, in the inner earth. Yeah. There are all kinds of species down there. There's not just one or two groups. There's bunches of them.
So,
and basically, it's our turn. Some of them have been like our guardians and our protectors and stuff like that. But we're getting ready to graduate.
So we're about at the top of the hour here, Billy. So
Okay.
that about to graduate is a very interesting point. Kind of like to expand on that a little bit, if you would. What do you mean by graduate?
Some of us are ready in consciousness to regain our full power. Instead of giving it away to governments and religions and all that stuff, some of us are really ready to accept the full responsibility of who we are. You know, I don't know how to explain that.
So
some of us.
No, I personally know exactly what you're talking about. Do you think it's a matter of time for us to for that graduation day, quote unquote, to come, or are we just biding our time until that time appears, or are people being cherry picked out of this mess when they're ready?
No. How do I say this?
Is that when we reach the critical mass?
Do you
the
know
graduation
Miha?
happens?
Do you know
Yes.
Miha? Okay. He was giving a talk one time.
Miha Ledwith.
Yes, Ledwith.
Yeah. He was giving a talk one time on the Mayan prophecy, right? Here in Yelm, he was doing a DVD. And he said that the Mayans did not see 2012 as a time of dread and fear. It is that the whole universe is evolving. This being that we call God, or what you want to call the void, or whatever term you want to give it, is giving us a great gift. We are going to be wakened up, those that are ready. We are going to be given a great gift. A spiritual awakening is getting ready to happen. I talked to Native American elders. I asked a friend of mine one time, I said, what do you see when you see? He said, Billy, the earth is wrapped in a giant cocoon, and this beautiful animal is getting ready to be born. And she's trying to heal herself. And she's sending off all these healing energies. And some people are able to accept the changes and be willing to change and adopt. Some people can't. He said some of those guys are going to go nuts. They're going to start killing other people. They're going to turn on themselves. But he said that most people are nothing more than ticks on a dog. She's going to shake you off. She's going to shake you off because she is going to evolve. And I'm saying that there are some of us that are ready to evolve with her.
So is there anything special we have to do to evolve, or we just
be the
sit
best
there
person
and
you can, love, allow, be. That's it. It's that simple. Just love and allow and respect all life.
Well, that's it. So,
yeah,
I have to agree with that 100%. Okay, well, we're at the end of the show here, so Billy, I really want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us, and I want everybody to remember that condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance, and I hope these stories that Billy has shared has opened some eyes maybe, and maybe some people out there have seen some similarities in their own lives that they can now realize that, hey, I'm not the only one.
And you're not crazy, even though no matter what they tell you.
You're not crazy, you know. So, anyways, what do you got, Ramon?
I was gonna say, make sure you check out our website. We always update like any news we can find. Our video links, we always also update that as soon as we can find something to put, and our galleries. And also, if you want to receive emails from us, just sign up to our mailing list. And if you take an amazing picture of a UFO or anything you can find on the internet that you feel like it's worth, email it to us as well.
Absolutely.
That also includes any like video links that you think people should share. Email it to us.
Yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know what you're thinking about how we're doing with this show. If you want us to, if you feel you want somebody specific on the show, send us a request. I mean, let us know. Also, while you're checking out the website, you can see our upcoming guests, and we do have a spot on there to ask a question of the guests. So fill out that form, ask your own question, and we will relay it to them during our interviews.
Hey, Tom, how much time we got? I just remember we had a question from a listener.
Well, we've got about a minute, if you can get it out that quick.
All right. I'm going to make it really quick. So, since you've been a shaman, there's a rumor that shamans go into the astral world, and sometimes they have battle with each other in the astral world. Mm-hmm. Have you experienced anything like that?
Yes. Yes, okay. Because you're dealing with a duality, okay? And there's some people out here who are shamans that have the gift, and they are only looking out for themselves. I asked my mentor one time, how do I know if what I'm doing is right? He says, if what you are doing is only asking for something for yourself, it's probably something you don't want to do. Because we are here to help each other. We are here to elevate this world. It's not about selfishness.
And with that being said, we're out of here.
All right. Thanks for listening.
See you next week. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.